What's up? This is PradaShui with Hottestndaciti.
Alright, for sure. Alright, bro. First question I got for you, what part of Louisville you coming from for the people who don't know,
bro? Mainly like Preston, like Camp Taylor area. Kind of sort of Germantown.
Yeah, for sure. So how was it growing up out there, coming up?
I mean, I was definitely like, I kind of noticed I was a little bit more fortunate than some of the people around me, like financially, that I grew up with. But no, it wasn't bad. I didn't have a bad time.
For sure. Alright, my next one I got for you, bro. How long you been making beats and doing music?
I mean, I've been like taking guitar lessons since I was 5, but then I started getting into like producing around like 8th grade, like when I was 13, 14. I got like the intro version to Ableton for Christmas.
Yeah.
I was originally starting out with like electronic music, and then around like whenever like the SoundCloud shit was like going on, I kind of switched to like rap. And I was recording friends like in high school, and then from there like I went to college for like a semester. All I did was sell weed the entire time.
Yeah.
And just one guy, John, he put me onto like Slow Bucks, like a lot of the Detroit shit. Mm-hmm. So I started putting like Detroit beats on YouTube instead of going to class.
Yeah.
And then like whenever the pandemic happened, I just kept doing it, and it kind of just grew from there. Snowball.
Yeah, for sure. That was my next question I have for you, bro. Like, name some of the artists you work with in the city. Cause I know you don't work with a lot, but just name some that's from Louisville that, you know, everybody might not be hip to that you work with.
Mainly Slow Bucks and Duke. I mainly work with producers though, like Sean 13K, T-Ray, Cap, Scrooge.
Yeah, shout out Scrooge. I'm hip to Scrooge. Yeah.
He's cold.
For sure, bro. What about artists you work with outside of the city? If you can name a couple.
I say like Chief Wook.
Yeah.
Is mainly who I've been working with, or like I was working with Young Slovey a little bit before he passed.
Yeah, R.I.P.
And I'm trying to think. There's gotta be more. I say like Big Oo in like Jersey, New York area, mm-hmm. And Trippy Chopper, like all the like the plug world.
For sure. Alright, I was on your YouTube, bro. You had a lot of selections of beats, man. Like that shit could go on forever. I was scrolling forever, so I see you got pretty good work ethic and shit like that. For the people just like the upcoming artists and producers and engineers, just tell them like the type of work that you put in and the work ethic that you got to get where you at right now, bro.
I mean, like I guess like when I started, like I just knew like music's what I wanted to do with my life, you know, and I've been in like, you know, situations where I've had to go to like the Starbucks parking lot or like McDonald's parking lot to upload to YouTube because I didn't have money for like internet bill, or like I was couch surfing for a little bit in like Arizona, California, where it's just kind of like staying wherever I can stay, sleeping wherever I could sleep, and all I was doing was making beats, and that's how I got around. Like I made sure, like, oh, if I don't sell a beat today, like I don't have anything to eat. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it was kind of a real deal hustle for you. Like, yeah. So you started from the bottom and just kept grinding. Yeah, man, for sure.
It's just the first quarter though.
Man, it's just beginning. That's how I feel with the interviews, bro, for sure. Alright, bro, for the people who ain't heard, like I started this, like Hottestndaciti to like just shed a light on the city and artists and producers and engineers like you, like explain to the people who ain't hip, like the Louisville music scene, where it's at right now, where it's going and headed, bro.
I think it's like blossoming. I think we just need like to get our own sound. Mm-hmm. A lot of artists want to do, you know, like Detroit or Atlanta kind of sound, and it's like that's already been done. They just do something different.
Facts.
But the punk scene's really cool too. I want to get involved in that for sure. Like either as an engineer or like wherever I can.
Yeah. I was talking to Bills about that. He was talking about like he's trying to get into like the mosh pit crowd and
Yeah.
college, like make songs for them, because that's where the money's at. Like how Juice World was, like it's branching off into a whole bigger scene with this.
I mean, that's the thing though. Like if you're an artist, like you can't do the same thing all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, like it'll sell until it won't sell anymore, and then if you don't know how to like, you know, music's always changing, life's always changing.
Facts.
That's the only thing that's permanent.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you don't know how to like evolve with it, you're gonna get left behind.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, Louisville's got a good sense of community. Like you just gotta, I feel like if we just brought the two together or created a whole new sort of
Whole new sound. I feel like that too, like with ESTG, I feel like he's the good sound for Louisville, and 2K Baby, even Jack Harlow, but I feel like all of them sound different. Like
they all sound Atlanta to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like if you hear a Detroit artist, you gonna know off the dribble, like he's from Detroit by how they talk and all that type of shit. Yeah, that's definitely how we need work on for sure. Alright, my next question is just getting into the more of the artists you work with. I seen you had Sada Baby, V's. That's V that rock with Babyface, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I fuck with V's for sure. Chief Wood, H Block Duke, and Young Slowby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Sada Baby was like my first ever studio session. Like I bought the feature, like I just bought a feature off him for like $500 just for him to get on a beat.
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
And he was like, I mean, I was the only one that showed up to pay for anything.
Yeah.
So, you know, but yeah, that was my first time ever in a studio. It was a good time. I ended up leaving kind of abruptly just because I was like kind of high and but, you know, wasn't really feeling good. But with the V's, I was just like a beat off of YouTube.
Okay.
And then Duke, this dude, engineer Sosa, I was working with him on a studio on Preston called Chase Your Dreams.
Yeah.
And I think he had like a session with Duke at a Huge. And he was just like, you can come with me if you want. And I was like, fuck it, why not? And then I ended up getting to talking to him, getting his email. I emailed it like 5 beats. And then he, like 3 months later, Everybody Shot Together came out.
Yeah, for sure. Alright, what about artists that you would like to work with that you haven't worked with?
I definitely like, I want to do some more experimental shit, like something like, I would like to work with like Arca or Young Lean would be like a really cool experience, I feel like. Grimes would be cool, like I really want to diversify, I don't want to be just known for rap, you know what I mean?
For sure, bro. What about some of your favorite producers and engineers that you grew up watching and looking up to that like you kind of based your sound off of and just motivated you to do what you do?
A lot of my influence came from rock.
Mm-hmm.
Like melodically, like Eddie Van Halen. Like rap-wise though, Young Sherman and Sad Boys like Drain Gang. Definitely like, you know, Southside and like all the regular like Atlanta producers, you know what I mean? But yeah, no, a lot of my stuff comes from like listening to other genres, like Steve Albini, who did In Utero for Nirvana. That was sonically like I really like to. I get a lot of influence for that, like when I come to mixing and mastering, like keeping things like really raw and organic as much as possible, even though you're making it on a computer.
Yeah, for sure, bro. All right, what about any upcoming projects, music you got coming up, or beats? Like you say you constantly working, but what's something that you want to put out there that you got upcoming that you feel like?
I got. I've just heard the snippets, but there's a song Dirk got on with 42 Doug and Chief Wook.
Mm-hmm.
Another one with Wook with Babyface Ray on it. I'm
beats
excited
you
about
made?
it. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That's what's up, bro.
But I want to do like, I've been doing like some vocal lessons and like I want to expand, maybe do some like songwriting or maybe some more just avant-garde type of music. Like just experiment.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Alright, man, this next question just a topic in the music scene right now, man, like the death of Takeoff, man. Like, how you feel like about just shit that just be happening out the blue in the rap scene, and how you feel about that, man?
I mean, R.I.P. to Takeoff. I didn't really got into Migos a lot, but I really respect like everything they did, and it's just a shame like people like I don't know exactly what happened. From what I heard, like it was like something like crossfire, like just on accident.
They still don't know what happened or who did it. Just some bogus
right.
shit.
I mean, it's the same as like Lil Peep and X. Like it was just, well, X was not really an accident necessarily, but people taking the wrong drugs, and like I feel like there's no point in like violence.
Man,
you know what I mean? Especially like over dice.
Facts, that shit was crazy for sure. R.I.P. Takeoff, man. My next one for you, so you got, I seen on your IG you had 4.2 million streams, like.
Yeah, cumulatively.
Yeah, man, so just explain like where you went, like what it took from go to 0 to 4.2, and what's your final destination and shit, like where you trying to go with it.
I mean, like 1.4 of it's from my YouTube page, so just uploading beats to YouTube every day. I was doing like 2-3 beats a day for 3 years. But I was putting up just like 1 or 2, just to, like so I had like enough consistency and like enough time to like take some breaks in between, you know. Definitely just, you know, I say just even if you're gonna be a fly on the wall, if you're not doing anything in a session, it's still good to just be there and like be present, because you never know who you're gonna meet, who you're gonna talk to.
Exactly.
And you never know how it's gonna end up.
Exactly, bro, for sure. My last question for you, bro. Like, far as deals and being an independent producer, like, if a label was to come to you trying to sign you, would you go that route, or would you want to stay independent? And who would you, if you could pick, what label or brand would you fuck with in this shit?
Yeah, I'm not opposed to signing a publishing deal. Like I would really like that, or an admin deal. It just depends on like, you know, what the advances, what the percentages are, and like how much creative control I have.
Yeah.
Because there's only so many times I can make like a Detroit beat. There's only so many times I can make like a Future type beat. And if you want that every single time, like I don't want to do that. Like I want to be able to do any genre.
For sure, bro. Yeah, real shit.
Yeah.
Alright, bro, any last shout out you got? Shout out your Instagram, your YouTube, man. What you got up and coming, man. Let them know where you coming from, Louisville, man, and you know.
I say just shout out everybody that's taking the time to like just acknowledge what I've been doing or work with me. My Instagram's PradaShui, YouTube's PradaShui. Soon my Spotify and Apple Music will be PradaShui. Yeah.
Yeah, bro, for sure.